Hello students, we'll discuss about 24 CS 2022 prompt engineering. So in this syllabus, we'll be discussing about what is prompt engineering, what is a pioneer for prompt engineering, what is the structure of prompt engineering, what about advanced prompt engineering, natural language processing, and the use cases where this prompt engineering is used, right? So before we dive deep into what is prompt engineering, we'll go from step by step from the basics. So the main area where this prompt engineering is used is the natural language processing. So natural language processing is where which is bridging the gap between the human communication and computational understanding. So what is actually natural language? So natural language is what the human uses, right? We all communicate with each other using natural language. What I speak now is a natural language. Example, English, Spanish, Tamil, Hindi, they are all natural language. So there is another concept. Spoken language is an example of natural language, written language, and sign language. So all these come under the natural language. So the other form is the formal language. So the formal language is a language which has a particular logic. Example, your programming languages like Python, C++, and all those are formal languages. Your mathematical concepts are called as the formal languages. So these formal natural languages are being processed using nowadays it is processed using something called a generative AI systems. What is actually the generative AI? Example, your chat GPT is an example of generative AI systems capable of understanding and producing both natural and formal languages. So generative AI system, they can understand, they can produce natural as well as the formal language. And the generative AI system fundamentally shift the workflow from manual execution to automated creation. Example is they are AI assistants. They use the natural language to communicate with human. So output can be a natural language or a mix of a natural language or a formal language. So the next terminology that we should know is about the natural language processing. It is a field of AI that focus on understanding and generation of human language by computers. Example, your voice assistants, your machine translation, your chatbots, and all these are natural. So they have the ability of a computer to understand and generate the natural language. So underneath this process, this generative AI and natural language processing, lies a very good infrastructure or a model called the large language models. So, what is this large language models? They are the models, intelligent computer programs that can perform a specific task. Suppose you give a task to ChatGPT saying to recognize an image, yes, it recognizes whether it is a cat or a dog. To write a social media post, it does that. And medical assistance, yes, and legal advice, yes, they are able to do it. So how they were able to do it? Because they are pre-trained on a large in the sense really very large data set. So using these trained data set, they acquire the capability to make prediction on the new data. So they use this attention mechanism. They have billions and billions of parameters. The language models. Okay, so they are capable of machine translation, speech recognition, text generation, and chatbots. Right. So examples is GPT, Claude, Gemini, Llama, and all these are the large language models. So leading large language models are your ChatGPT, Gemini, and the Meta Llama model by Meta. Now, there are types of language models. One is the statistical, very traditional probabilistic based approach called the statistical model. In that, we are going to discuss about the N-gram model. The neural network model, we have the feed forward neural network, recurrent neural network, long short term memory, gated recurrent units. Then in the knowledge based, which solely operate based on the rules. Okay, and then we have the contextual large language models, then we have the transformer-based models under which you have the BERT bidirectionally encoder representation for transformers. Then you have the GPT's generative pre-trained transformer. So in the next lecture, we will discuss in detail about what is all these large language or what are these language models all about?